There's one scene where Solara and Eli is sitting by a fire, and he kind of explains to her more or less faith. And in that conversation, she starts understanding how to have faith.
It's hard to explain, but it was like it was coming from inside of me. Initially, he thought his job was to protect this book, not to let anybody touch it, not to let anybody get near it until it gets to where it belongs. And he comes to find out a part of his task is to teach and to share. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me.
That's beautiful.
You know, it's like the older you get, the more you know you don't know anything. He's at a place suddenly in the life of our movie where he's learning a lot.
They both have a goal, a belief, an obsession.
He's on one journey, Denzel's on another, and that's where the collision takes place, and, you know, that's where the battle begins.
We are representatives of different, you know, principalities and good and evil, if you will.
One of the main agendas Gary and I both had about the role of Carnegie, which is the bad guy again, was not to make him a cliche bad guy, because he's not a bad guy. He's a guy who does bad things.
Your mother would like you to tell me.
I don't know.
Show me!
They talk about it's not black and white, it's gray with him. So there are scenes in the movie where you do see humanity come out of Carnegie, and I think that makes it more challenging and more complicated.
He's a smart guy. It sort of comes with philosophy as well.
The two powerful men who are both believers, but I think in the case of Carnegie, he's twisted it somehow into wanting to manipulate the people.
My character, essentially, he's a dictator.
I had imagined that before he started this crusade for this book, that, you know, perhaps he was a kinder person, but this search has made him maniacal and very, very abusive as he feels that his power erodes.
Some of those dictators start off very charismatic and human and moving, and then they cross that line and they do become evil, you know. So this character has a lot of humanity, and that was the thing I think that Gary brought to it that maybe another actor wouldn't have been thinking about.
You know, there's this great competition, you will, or battle of wills.
And really, it's about how the book for one person can mean good and the book for another could be used for evil. And it's the struggle over how this book will be used that is the centerpiece of the film.
It's not right to keep that book hidden away. It's meant to be shared with others. It's meant to be spread. Isn't that what you want?
With all my heart and soul.
The Bible was interesting because we just wanted the book to, whatever our prop master designed to look, when you saw it, you go, oh, wow, that's a serious book, whatever it is.
Because early on, you're not revealing it's a Bible, and we have this big cross on the cover, so how do we get away from showing that? And then you want to avoid the fact that it's in Braille, so when he has it open, you have to avoid shooting certain angles, and then you want him to have a lock on it so that nobody can access it, so that Carnegie has to struggle with it in the end.
It's open. Yeah.
And there's all these kind of tricks you have to do to not let the audience know what it is in the first kind of 30 minutes. And then the audience does know what it is, and it's okay to show the cover. But it's not okay to show what's inside.
I remember when I first read the script, and when Carnegie makes a speech about how powerful the book is, the hair did stand up on the back of my neck, because I went, wow. It synthesized every sacred text there is, or book there is, how one person could look at it completely different than the other person.
Put a crew together. We're going after him.
For a fucking book.
It's not a fucking book. It's a weapon. A weapon aimed right at the hearts and minds of the weak and the desperate. It will give us control of them.
Hitchcock used to always say the MacGuffin is the thing in the briefcase. It could be a bomb, it could be diamonds, it can be $1 million. The audience doesn't care, but you keep cutting to that briefcase, you know, and the urgency's there. Ultimately, it could be any of those, you know, and in our movie, it could be the Torah or the Quran.
In the end, it's important, you know, to the story and what the information is, but it's not. This is not a religious movie. You know, I think this could have very easily been any kind of book of knowledge.
It's about how powerful sacred text and words are. That struck me, like right in the core. And this is about how powerful faith can be, and how much one has to sacrifice to keep one's faith.
But I do believe that good movies have implicit messages that don't hit people over the head, but are entwined in the story that people get almost through osmosis. And I think some of our best movies that we've done have a message to them, not overtly, but implicitly. And I think this movie is the case. I think that, you know, there's a line in the movie that sits very strongly with me, which is that Eli makes the comment that in the world before this apocalypse, we took for granted things that we had, and we didn't know how precious they were. It's the great theme of the movie, which is that through belief and faith and perseverance, we're capable of doing anything.